Hello, Barrick DIY here with another great review for you. Today we're going to review the Signstek electronic touchscreen door lock. Inside the package you have a keypad, you have a base plate, two door levers, one pointing each other way. That makes sense because it's going on two sides of the door. You have a latch, a fixed pad which is in the middle of the actual thing. You have a battery cover, a strike, a spanner, a handle screw, emergency key so that way if the batteries die you can get it open still, the strike box which is where the latch goes into it, wood screws, base plate screws, and fixed pad screws, so that all comes with it. They also give you some spare screws, which is nice, and they want you to check all accessories in the package before you start installing. I was under instructions to get a keypad lock for this back door because we usually have a pull out here in the backyard during the summer months, so that's why we got this one. We're going to replace the handle right there with this lock. Now see that this is already being installed to a door that already has one. We shouldn't have to use the template to drill into the door, but they do include one. Thank you, Zach, for being a nice easel.
You're welcome.
It shows us all the directions here. We're going to basically not do this, but we are going to put the latch and secure with two wood screws. We're then just going to install the strike, which we don't have to do with drilling anything. And then we're going to install the lever onto the lock here. Right-handed, left-handed door can go either way, as well as putting the wiring through. So it's very much like other keypad locks here in the installation. On the back, it shows you how to program it. It doesn't look like there's any specific programming code to your specific one. It's just default, and then you program it yourself. It uses 4-digit codes. First step's gonna be to remove the old lock here, and we're gonna have to open up this door after. But we can loosen it up while we're here, and then we're gonna take off the two screws, pull it all apart, and then we'll be ready for the next lock. Once you take those two screws off, you just pull both parts from either side apart, and then we just have to hit this door strike right here and just get it out of there. So we'll do that with these two screws, and then we're ready to install. To install the latch, it's here with two wood screws. So basically just do the opposite of what we just did. Just know that the latch can be adjusted to 2 3/8 inches or 2 3/4 inches, so that depends on how big you make the hole. So now we're going to install the strike. Just make sure that this part, the slanted part, goes towards the door opening, and then we're just going to righty-tighty on these screws. Also, they want to make sure that this is a square pattern in here and not a diamond pattern, so that way it lines up correctly with the door when you install the handle. You use the little handle screw, which is like a little wrench, if you will, a hex wrench. We're going to install those little handle screws to lock them in. Left-handed versus right-handed, they show you kind of where you have to go with this. Then we're going to insert the keypad into the door, making sure we get the wiring through like it says. And then we are going to install the fixed pad, so that goes through the other side. It looks like you screwed through it already. And then it's just a matter of attaching the wires, and then installing the battery cover with the batteries, and the door lock should be good, and then it's all about programming after that. We dried fit the handle on there first, so that we make sure you have it going the right way. And as you can see, it is working fine. We haven't screwed anything down yet because we wanted to make sure that the handle's going the right way. One thing I did see that I don't know if I enjoy this or not, because you do have to put the little screws in here down here to lock this in there. The key lock is underneath, so you would have to take off the handle if your battery dies. So you have to get a hex wrench to get that screw out, and then you use the key lock there. So in one way it's good because it's a security feature, and the fact that you can't just put the key in there without getting a hex wrench. At the same time, it's kind of a pain if you have to get that off, take an extra step with the hex wrench and use the key. But like I said, it could be either a pro or con the way that you look at it. Notice that the wire on this side fits in this little groove right here, so make sure it's in that groove because it's got to go through the door to attach the other side where the battery compartment is. We're just going to install these little bolts in those holes, and that will hold the handle on. So we put it in there, and I'm just going to do it this way, but you could do whatever way you want. The fixed pad is this thing, and then the screws are here. Where we're going to screw this in is we're going to do this and this here, and it's going to go into the other side, which is already installed into the door. That's the keypad one. So you're going to screw this in first, and then we'll put the other part of the handle on. All right, we're going to install the pad. I find that it's helpful to put these screws in by hand, and it goes this way. I just installed it opposite way, and it was a pain. So it's going to tighten up against the other side, which has the keypad, and then we should be all set. Make sure that you get the wire through this side. Now that we have the plate installed, we have to attach the wire. It only goes in one way. There's a little attachment point here. and it clips on like that. Make sure that the wire stays on the side here. Then the battery pack is going to line up on the top so that the Signstek logo is on the appropriate way so you can read it. I took the battery pack off because we have to do some screws over here, here, and here. And then we should be good to go. I just have to line this up. Now I'm going to take the base plate screws and just screw one here, here, and here, and that should attach this whole thing. Then we put batteries in and we program the sucker and we're all set. We put the 3 screws in, one here, one there, and now it's just put the batteries in. It takes 4 AAAs in here, so that's what you need for batteries, and they do not supply them, so you will need them. Install the batteries, really easy to do, like any other battery. It takes 4 AAAs. Whoa, it made a little sound. Then we just gotta put the battery cover on. These little plastic prongs go in these little holes in the bottom and just snaps in there. That easy. As far as programming, there's some notes here. It says after setting the new user code, the default code will be invalid. Default code's up there. I'm assuming that's the same for all locks. If you delete all the user codes, the default code will be active again, so it will be reprogrammed once you delete all codes. Before programming, please activate the keypad by touching any key, which we haven't done yet. And only when the keypad light is on are the operations valid. If the keypad light is off, you need to re-operate. It has a low battery alarm when there are 10 beeps after unlocking, means the batteries will run out. So replace the batteries. We're going to add a user code, okay? It says enter the programming code, which is the default one, which is 6 zeros. Press pound and wait for the green light and one long beep. Then I'm going to press 1 and then pound and then wait for 1 green light and 1 beep. Enter a new user code of 4 numbers. Press pound, wait for 1 green light and 1 beep, and then enter the same new user code and then press pound. So here we go. I entered in my new user code and we're going to see if this unlocks. I enter my code in and then we'll see if it unlocks. Here we go. And there you go, it unlocked even with the sump pump going on. So that's what it does. You enter your 4-digit code and you're good. You should be able to enter different codes for different people. It allows at most for 9 codes to be programmed. And again, if you have a problem, just delete all the user codes and it'll go back to the default user code. It's pretty easy to program. Didn't take that long, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so not bad at all. As far as it being in the dark here, just tap it once. You can clear code by pushing this if you're pushing the wrong code. Worst case scenario, it's just gonna flash a red light and say it's done. When you do enter your code, it goes 3, 2, 1, and then it locks again. So it kind of gives you a countdown on that. And it's pretty good so far. Looks stylish. The screen door that goes on top of this does fit with this door lock, which is nice to see because not all of these handles will do that. So looking pretty good here. Final points about the Signstek electronic touchscreen door lock. It's been a couple months now since I installed it, and it has a lot of pros and a couple cons. For pros, it's totally built out of metal, so it's been nice and sturdy and well built. The touchscreen is easy to push the numbers on because they're spaced out pretty well. Easy to program and not that bad to install. Another pro is that the profile is small, so you can do it with a deadlock above that's already been installed. So I like that. And another pro is that, again, I have a storm door right here, and it still fits in the storm door, because some keypad locks like this, they have the handle jut out so that you can't close that all the way. So it has a slim profile to fit behind a storm door. As far as cons, I don't like how the base plate wiggles around a little bit, and that could be because I wasn't able to get the screws totally flush against the door here. I'm sure that if I worked on a little bit more, maybe I'd get more flush, but it was just a little difficult to line up all the screws. The other con is that you're going to end up wiping this off for fingerprints, so that way no one could just kind of like, you know, there are advanced robbers in this world, I guess, that put like baking powder or something, and they try to find out where you push the buttons. I mean, if they want to go that far, I guess that they can have had it. But it does, you do have to clean that off here and there, or just touch it up all over the place, and that way I guess you'd be somewhat more secure. Overall, if you're in the market for a touchpad key lock thing, this has been really great. I mean, it's easy to get in and out, easy to program. built of metal, not plastic, which is another pro, by the way. And yeah, it's been a great thing to have, especially for the summer when we go through this for camping gear, and we have like a little outdoor pool that we have to get out of there and stuff like that. So it's a lot better than having to come down here, have the keys, this and that, can't find the keys, and it's just very convenient to have. If you'd like to purchase the Signstek electronic touchscreen door lock, please look for a link in the description below. Send you to Amazon. We can purchase your very own. Every purchase will help support the Eric DIY channel. We appreciate all the support. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, please give us a thumbs up and push that subscribe button below. While you're down there, also push on the bell notification icon so that way you'll be notified of future Eric DIY video releases. We appreciate all your support. Thank you, and have a great day. As always, if you like this video, found it useful, please subscribe. And if you have a product that you would like reviewed, please contact Eric by emailing him at eric5150diy@gmail.com. Have a great day.